What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol AI for C3Ai Inc. This, of course, is the artificial intelligence company. On the left-hand side, we're dealing with the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. The first thing I need to let you know is that they did give us an earnings announcement after the bell, and of course, if we flip on the extended hours session to see what's going on with the number, you can clearly see it wasn't so hot. So a big red candle to the downside. For the sake of today's video, let's assume that we will be opening on a gap down. Let's say that the open might be around here, 48.58, and that the overnight low is going to be somewhere around 47.48. For now, again, that's what we're going to use, but a lot can happen between now and 9:30. What we're about to cover is a framework that you can use, so just apply this as a general theory, and these are the numbers we'll use for today's scenario. For now, whenever you're dealing with a gap, the first thing you have to at least consider is the gap and trap, meaning that we make a move to refill the gap and retrace up to the upside and fill the gap to today's low, essentially at $52.37. How that might unfold would look something like this. If we open here, consolidate, or maybe fail to take out that overnight low, trade back up through the open, you're looking for a long to take us home into that 52.37 gap fill. In that case, trim the position and start to be on the lookout for a gap fill reversal. That's a different trade for a different time though. For now, we also have to consider the fact that we could get a gap and go, meaning that we move to the downside, right? So we do something like this. We open here, we consolidate in this range, never take out the open though. You're looking for a flush of the overnight low to take us lower into the next major area of daily support, which you can see is quite clearly defined here at this shelf. Let's go ahead and throw a number on that. That's 44.74. Is there anything that we're seeing as a potential hang up here to the upside or the downside that would make this trade difficult to pull off? Let's map this area out in here. I'm just noticing this from the daily perspective, and then to the downside underneath, maybe right in here. And now we'll double check the work. Actually, if I remove that last line, there we go. We'll double check the work on the 30-minute perspective. So certainly overhead, this $50.40 mark strikes me as important. Resistance, kind of resistance, but more importantly, support and support. If we test that from the bottom side up, it should act as resistance. So maybe think about potentially trimming the position if you're going for the gap fill here, or just reevaluating, right? Are the buyers still strong? Do they look like they could take us home into the gap fill area, or should I trim and, get rid of the position at 50.40? The same goes to the downside. Looking down here, you can also see resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance kind of area in here at about 46 the whole dollar. So if you do look for the short, and again, this is possible if we look on over to the trade tab, you're not going to do it with shares. It's hard to borrow. But if you look at the volume on the put side of the contracts here, there's enough to make this, doable with small size. So it is possible here to trade to the downside on C3Ai. But again, you're looking at 46 as a first target, and then the gap, or not gap, but the major target from the daily hits at 44.75. So those are my thoughts here. It's all going to depend on what happens at 9:30. You're not just going to be biased one way or another going into the bell. You need one of these levels to be taken out, either the open or the overnight low, for a trade to trigger inside of AI, or any gap for that matter, with this framework. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything new, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that said, I wish you a green trading week.